What is up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's get through it. The sports media circus is out of control. It is exactly what I told you it was. Exactly what I told you it was. Now, the whole world has been held hostage and kept captive by people who had no business being in charge of the situation to begin with. Let's start there. Then let's go to the next narrative that's in place. All of these people who are trying to find ways to sabotage and dismantle a lot of different things that are transpiring here. Newsflash, you will lose. Now, let's go into the sports media world. Everybody has an agenda. And as big as the platform, the bigger the lie. So you see people like Colin Cowherd. You hear people just like, what's his name on Fox Sports 1 that everybody likes? And he spreads all the lies about LeBron James. He used to be bald and he's got the long beak nose. And now he's got long hair and a beard and everyone thinks he's smart because he got a beard. Nick Wrong, that's his name. And Nick Wrong has always been wrong because they're prisoner of the moment and they keep feeding you the same nonsense over and over again. And people keep falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. So now we have to reevaluate the way we pretty much deal with everything. We deal with the media and the sports world very similar to how we deal with everyone else in the analogy world when it comes to sports. We come up with excuses. We have to stop coming up with this big top analogy and everybody's going under the tent to see the circus. It's like the killer clowns from outer space. Everybody wants to see the circus. Everybody wants to see the clowns. So they tuned in to ESPN to see Stephen A. Smith, the clown. They tune in to see Nick Wrong, the clown. They tune in to see all of these people who are clowns. And what do you get for your money? What do you get for your dollar? What do you get for your return? You get abandoned. Okay? You get abandoned. And because you're getting abandoned, you're put in a situation that doesn't make any sense and no money for anyone. So now you're in a whole catch-22 because you're not supposed to be here. Everybody else has put you in a box and said this is where you should fit in. Now you know you don't belong there, but why are you there? Because this is what they allow. They want you here. Now figure that out for a minute. Why are you here? Why are you in this scenario? Society says you should be here, so they want you to buckle up and be a part of the show. This is why we have a problem. No, because when you start seeing things that are not being suggested to the world, or it's not being moved, not being pushed, there's a blanket agenda that's going on that other people are following. And when they're following this trend, it's becoming something that is spiraling out of control and other people can't handle it. It's a gloomy society, but more than just being gloomy, it's grimy. How many times has Nick Rome sat there and said, first, Kobe Bryant was the greatest player of all time. Now LeBron James is the greatest player of all times without anything to prove for it. LeBron James has 4 championships in like 22 years of playing basketball. 4. Let that sink in. He's been to the finals, right? Because they want to count the bubble. They want to count the bubble. He's really 3-6. But let's count the bubble. Right? They want to count the bubble. So you got 4 championships, right? And he's played, what, 23 years in the NBA. And this is supposed to be a successful NBA career. So they basically tell you you don't need to win a championship to be successful in the NBA. That's what they say. You don't have to be successful to win a championship in the NBA. There's plenty of people that got 3 championships is out the league. And nobody's ever heard from them again. I was watching the Iran World Cup game. And I was watching how they were officiating the game. FIFA's a joke. We all know that. So, who we bullshit. Now, society has to make a decision here on what's actually going on. I've never ever in my life had to go through or endure what most of those players had to deal with. But I can tell you this much. There were other players who did more in less time. I would say Tim Duncan had a better career than LeBron James in less time. Michael Jordan had a better career than LeBron James in less time. Jordan played, 15 years? And not even a full 15 years. And had a better career than LeBron James, who's played 23 years. So this just goes to show you people that longevity doesn't mean success. You know, Sam Jones got 10 NBA championships. 10. Y'all don't even know who Sam Jones is. Carmelo Anthony had 0 championships. But more all-star appearances and everything. James Harden got 0 championships. But James Harden made like $400 million. Robert Horry made $55 million and got 7 NBA championships. So, if Robert Horry had 7 NBA championships and James Harden got $400 million, all the all-star appearances, MVP, who you say had the better career? Robert Horry with his 7 championships, or James Harden. James and his doggone $400 million. Which one would you take? Robert Horry, $58 million and 7 NBA championships, or would you take the $400 million MVPs, scoring titles, and all that from James Harden? Which career would you want? Robert Horry's career or James Harden's career? I need to know. Which career fits you best? We got Harden. We got 2 for Harden, 3 for Harden. Okay. I wanted to know. That's why I asked. I said, well, let's find out. Because at the end of the day, you know what they gonna say? No, bruh. That's my bad, bruh. No, bro. See, that's my bad. No. So, a championship is only part of it. Don't you remember Patrick McCall? The Golden State Warriors guy, Patrick McCall? You know what they call him, right? You know Patrick McCall is out the NBA right now, right? I don't even think he's playing ball no more. I don't know where he is. He probably had a car wash. You know what Patrick McCall got? He's the man with the last trilogy in the NBA. The last player to win 3 championships in a row. He won 2 with Golden State, 2017, 2018. Then he went with the Toronto Raptors. And he won with the Raptors. And he got the name 3-Peat. They gave him the name 3-Peat because of that. Now let that sink in. His name was 3-Peat because of that. Now, winning a championship is nice, but having a career where you were the very best there is not based on the championship ring. Who you are as a player meant something. James Harden was a player that meant something. So yeah, he didn't turn up in the playoffs and turn up into the guy y'all wanted, but James Harden, don't act like James Harden was just a nobody. Robert Horry cannot be the guy when they was paying him money to be the guy in Phoenix. They sent them to the Lakers and they put him in a role where all he had to do was hit a big shot here and there. Then he got 7 NBA championships by being on the right teams at the right time. So you got 7 championships by being in the right place at the right time, where you're like the 4th option or the guy coming off the bench. So I'm glad for Robert Horry. He was able to get a career and excel to do great things in sports media. But when they thought you could be that guy, Houston let you go. Right after you failed the three-peat, they let you go. They said, nah, we blowing this thing up. We tried to go for the three-peat. We didn't get it. All right, blow it up. And why did they blow it up? Do you want to know why? Very simple. They didn't want to pay anybody. So they let their nucleus go. They let their young players that they had that was going to be the future of the team go. They said, oh, well, you can go Sam Cassell. Oh, you can go Robert Horry. They let that nucleus go, and they never won again. They got Charles Barkley and thought this was going to be the answer. And Barkley was at the end of his rope. Now, let's get back to this circus of sports media. Now, sports media has been giving you false information for so long. It's all this prisoner of the moment. The Knicks are done. There's nothing they can do. Now, Jalen Brunson just might be the greatest point guard, little man in the history of the game. He's up there with Isaiah Thomas. He's definitely better than Allen Iverson. It's like, we're losing our minds, okay? It's stupidity because you have media personnel that's going to tell you a false crescendo of what's supposed to be in the league. And this is why I don't like Jalen Brunson. It's not like I don't like him as a person. I don't like what he stands for, meaning what they're trying to make him stand for and be the symbol of. It's like, dude, you're trying to force this guy on us and try to tell me that this guy is great. This guy is limited. And I see it. And I'm like, this guy is really effing limited. Like, what? Like, what are we doing here? If they weren't the agenda, we wouldn't even be talking about Jalen Brunson. Because he would be a afterthought. This is the same Jalen Brunson who couldn't buy a shot in the USA tournament when it was him, Austin Reeves. I'm like, did you see him in that game? Everybody was swatting and shit, sending that shit to the moon. Now, all of a sudden, they trying to act like he the greatest thing since sliced bread. Jalen Brunson. I'm like, what's wrong with people? What, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, what's going on here? Everybody shifts the narrative because they don't like the reality. They don't like what's in the mirror. So when the mirror is staring back at you and you look at it, you're like, I don't like that shit. That's where we at right now. That's where everybody's at. Trying to make their way through a figure eight. But what's this going to come out? Oh yeah, LeBron is great until they need him to not be great. Oh, Luka's the greatest thing ever until it's now Luka can't play defense. What about Jalen Brunson? He's no defensive stopper. You know, this is what I'm talking about. You know, he don't even attempt. He's just out there and just trying to fall backwards to get a charge. And they were the agenda. So the referees would tell them how to play, what they'll allow. They held Wemby the entire finals. Now next year, Wemby probably beat their ass by 65,000 points if they were ever to play again. This team was losing every NBA Finals game by double digits. Every game they started off horrible. Every game, all 5 games, they were dominated right off the ball. And I'm like, so how is this one of the best teams ever? Like, dude, they kept coming back from 29 down. I'm like, don't you think that's a bit suspicious? If you keep doing that, don't try to sell me that shit. Don't try to manufacture that and then try to sell me that. We know exactly what you're doing. And it's like, okay, you get it. You like this. This is what tickles your fancy. All right? You love these goddamn New York Knicks because you think this is going to make you money because they have a long losing streak. If we to break the streak with these damn Knicks, that's going to get everybody excited. Because finally the streak is broken. Okay, so the only thing you had going for you was the streak. You was a 500 ball club at best. Now that's over. Now what you gonna be? Just another dog shit ass team with a mediocre point guard who's supposed to be your superstar. Jalen Brunson. And it's not him I dislike. I dislike his father more than him because I think his father's a sexual offender. So that's how I see him. Now, people got their own opinions. Let them have it. I don't watch House of the Dragon. But nice try. I don't watch House of the Dragon. I don't watch Game of Thrones. You never hear me talk about that. Look. Sports media acting shocked and surprised. Here's the news. Sports media, because you guys are going to have a problem with it. So I don't give a fuck what you got a problem with. Oh, Luka Doncic is the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is no longer a Los Angeles Laker. Get over it. He's not a Laker. He's a free agent. That means LeBron James don't belong to any team whatsoever. His contract is up. He has no deal. Now, Luka's trying to recruit Jalen Duren to the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka Doncic is a far better player than Jalen Brunson. Okay? If y'all think Jalen Brunson and Luka are on the same level, then I don't know what to say for you. You just don't know this game. Like, Brunson just won the championship. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Ain't nobody wearing a Jalen Brunson jersey. Nowhere. Okay? Nowhere. Luka won all bet. If Luka would be first team all NBA. Okay? It would be Luka and Cade. First team, all NBA first team had Luka had made the 65 games. So LeBron says, if I'm going to take a pay cut, here's my condition. Your condition? Take a pay cut? Dude, you're not a member of the fucking team. You're not here. Your options were gone when you brought in Russell Westbrook. When they could have had DeMar DeRozan for less money. Far less money. You thought it'd be good to bring in Russ. Dirk Nowitzki sacrificed $200 million so that Dallas could stay in contention. LeBron doesn't want to play that game. Well, if the Lakers lose a game, they never talk about LeBron's defense. Luka can't play defense. Luka? What about LeBron then? If Luka can't play defense, what about LeBron? What is he doing? Yeah, so that's what everybody wants to do. They want to get to a point where this video is not really about the Knicks. It's about sports media and how they're prisoner of the moment. Then sports media, and that's why now everybody is moving towards yeah, they're moving towards the internet. That's why the internet is the yeah. And they're moving towards the internet because everybody in the media world is done. The whole media world is done, B. Hmm. Yeah, people have to realize there are certain changes and developments that happen that they need to get a hold of, and it has become more troublesome than anything. And because it has become troublesome, people don't know how to express themselves. They come up with every excuse in the book to lie to themselves. Yeah, the sports media world, they find out whatever the agenda the NBA wants to push, a false narrative, and then they run with it. Kevin Durant is easy person to talk bad about. Kyrie Irving, person you can talk bad about in the media. They single and circle guys that they want to talk bad about. Luka Doncic gives up about 75 points with bad defense. They talk about Luka had 45. Jalen Brunson can't guard anybody. Oh, Jalen Brunson had 30. They're not going to tell you he took 31 shots to get to 30. All of these narratives that are true in reality about their efficiency as a player is always under the radar. But hey, everybody playing like LeBron, it's going to mean a lot for the rest of us. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you grow up around the game and you've seen it done at a high level and you saw it done at a very low level, then you can have your own opinion. So it's the big top circus. Now, when you start to think about, yeah, well, that's how it works. So try to figure that out first. Why do sports media tell you lies and narratives? They tell you about trades that never happened, and they just like, where did you get that from? It's like, well, because that's what the NBA wants to sell you. They want you to be thinking about the draft. So here they come with their false narratives. So let that sink in. So anyway, I'm out. I just wanted to keep y'all heads up on the swivel as we get ready for the draft. Other teams are going to be making meaningless trades that they're not going to be a part of the fixture. Next year, I have the Lakers going up against OKC Thunder to see who goes to the NBA Finals, as San Antonio will be eliminated in the second round. Now, everything is barring injury. The Pistons will play the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, if not the second round, where the Pistons will eliminate the New York Knicks and represent the Detroit Pistons in the playoffs. And I'm out. Now we'll see what the draft has to say. Then we'll go out, do it live after that. Deuces.